What's going on, guys? I'm Fuller with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube, joined virtually by Dustin yet again for another episode of This or That. So we took the questions that you guys asked on the last episode, Keaton piled them all together, and now we got a pile of those. So Keaton's going to ask them, we're going to answer them. Here we go.
Unlimited fuel money or unlimited parts money?
Parts money.
Yeah, I think parts money too. At least, like, I drive a lot, like a lot. Which I guess somebody probably drives more than me. I drive 35 to 40,000 miles a year, which I think is a lot, considering like the national average is like 10,000 or something. But that fuel cost compared to what I could spend in parts is still very minuscule. So by having an unlimited parts budget, I think I can build something way cooler than if I had unlimited fuel to drive it around.
Yeah, I agree. I drive a fair bit too, not quite as much as you do, but probably 25 to 30,000 miles a year. But I just know all the parts that I want, and I know what they cost, and I know I don't spend that in fuel.
Exactly. Especially now, like gas prices are super cheap. They just went up. But they were at like 80 some cents, but they're up a little bit now, but they're still cheap right now. So I remember paying $4.69 or something like that when I had my Ford Excursion. That was a 45-gallon tank. Ooh, that was back then I might have picked fuel, but not now.
Yeah, I remember being in high school when I bought my first half ton. It cost me $110 to fill that tank up because gas was $4.50 or $4.60 a gallon. It was crazy. So.
Yep.
Second gen Cummins or 80s Chevy stepside?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the second gen Cummins here, which is probably not an answer you expected. I'm looking at a photo of one on Google. It is probably the cleanest all-white second gen I've ever seen. It's a video actually. Nice. Cody Mills Picks. Pretty sure we've used that before. I think you could make them look clean. I don't know, the step side is really just kind of throws it off for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree, I think. Especially, I just did a Google search myself as well, but I'm torn because 80s are like square bodies, and I really like 80s trucks, but the step side thing I don't think I can do. Plus, those second gens look really cool in like a regular cab long box configuration. Like single bed stack, lots of smoke. It'd be a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're pretty... people love these trucks. I'm not 100% sure why, but I know that they got a big following.
They're stout.
New custom offsets in Texas or new custom offsets in California?
Fuller, you own a cowboy hat. If you pick anything but Texas, I'm going to be disappointed in you.
We ship worldwide, so custom offsets is all over. But if we had to pick a new physical location to take our building and move it there, I would pick Texas. Not only because of the hat, but I don't know that I get along great with people in California, maybe Northern California, but a lot of the middle and southern parts of California, I don't know if me and those kind of people get along very well. And there's a lot of restrictions on things I enjoy. It's such a tragedy that most of my short-barreled rifles and suppressors and fully automatic weapons were lost in a tragic boating accident. But yeah, I don't think me and California get along, so I gotta go Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it up on that one as well. I think everything is bigger in Texas, including custom offsets could be bigger in Texas as well. Bigger building, bigger trucks. I like Texas. I think Texas would be great.
I've only ever been in the Dallas airport. I've actually never been to Texas other than that. So I think I need to go though.
Body lift or suspension lift?
Suspension lift.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was never a super big fan of body lifts just because a lot of times you take and stretch harnesses that aren't made to be stretched, and it just gets a little bit funky.
Well, and you don't actually get, there's no performance out of a body lift. It's all your stock suspension. Yes, you can fit bigger wheels and tires because you're lifting the body and you're moving that metal away from where your wheels are. So yeah, you can fit bigger stuff on there. But like performance-wise, you're not modifying or adding anything to your actual suspension system. So when it comes to like off-road driving or anything like that, you aren't helping your case at all by adding a body lift. Now, if you want to add a body lift because you're trying to swap a Cummins into something and you want more space in there. I understand it. I see why people do it. It's just not something that I would do.
Lifted F-350 single rear wheel or lifted Chevy 3500 dual rear wheel?
So it's a Power Stroke single rear wheel or Duramax dually.
I've seen some really cool lifted dualies, and I'm not usually a lifted dually guy, but you know, if you do it right, they look really good.
Dualies are so complicated. I feel like trying to figure out the wheel and tire specs on those are insane, and unless you know a guy who can tell you, and nobody ever wants to give up their fitment information on dualies. I think I would pick a single rear wheel truck also from the standpoint of you only have to buy 4 wheels. You only have to buy 4 tires, not 6 at a clip. Because if you're talking, you want 6 new 35 12.5s to put on there, I mean, it's going to get pricey. So I don't think anything that I tow justifies having a dually, but they do look really sweet. I saw the other day a white 6.7 Power Stroke King Ranch dually, and I was like, that man, he made it.
He's got it going on. You could, if buying 6 wheels and tires was your problem, you could do a single rear wheel conversion. So it's technically still
do
a
super
dually.
single.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the dually bed, but you just have like
massive wheels.
New Colorado ZR2 or old S10 ZR2?
Man, the old S10 ZR2 was like, in high school, I thought that would be cool, you know? Because I wanted like the from factory Baja truck. That back in the day, that's what I looked at, and I was like, I'm gonna take that thing and I'm gonna jump it, because that's how Chevy marketed it, as like this off-road kind of pre-runner-esque little small truck, you know? And you could afford it because it wasn't, at the time when I was in high school, obviously these weren't brand new. They were smaller, and like the mid-size truck market was not nearly as expensive as it is today. But now with the new Colorado ZR2, I would take the new one.
Yeah, the new ZR2s are pretty cool. I remember a buddy of mine had an S10 ZR2 in high school, and it was the same thing. We thought he was the coolest thing ever, you know, and looking back now, it's funny because I don't think they came with any bigger tires than like a 265/75/16, which is a 31.
Yeah, they're still small, nothing too impressive. I just remember having, I think I had a remote control one, you know, and that's really what set it off. But yeah, I would take the new ZR2. There's actually a guy I follow on Instagram who's like building his up right now, and it's a pretty capable truck, surprisingly, with just the Chevy like performance leveling kit in it, and he's got some, you know, bigger tires, still stock wheels for now, but it's kind of impressive what they can all go through. It's pretty capable. It's not quite my Toyota Tacomas, you know, but still a nice truck.
Yeah, they're neat.
Bonus question. Would you rather have a pet dragon or a functioning lightsaber? You cannot sell either.
Where are you going to put a pet dragon? I was about to say pet dragon, and then I thought, where am I going to put that?
Don't you come at me with logic and reasoning right now. I want a pet dragon.
Is it a fire-breathing dragon?
Maybe it's an ice-breathing dragon. I don't know. It's a dragon. Who cares?
Or a functioning lightsaber?
I'm going to get on that thing's back and ride it into town, and people are going to stare, and it's going to be awesome.
Because, like, with a lightsaber, I mean, what are you going to do with that, too? There's not much that you can do with it that wouldn't be a crime. Other than having it be a conversation piece.
Fuller, I'm picturing you in the kitchen, like, cutting your vegetables. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Yeah,
zoop.
Right? Like, you can take it out and be like, yeah, guys, I got a lightsaber. Zoom. And then try not to cut a hole through your walls or your car or your friend. So I guess give me the dragon. Hopefully it can fly. I'm going to hop out that thing. We're going to... It'd be a good time.
That'd be awesome. We could hang out with our pet dragons.
I think Luna saw something. All right, guys, that's another episode of This or That. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have a question for us, whether it be about trucks or about fire-breathing dragons, you can drop it down in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to check out wheels, tires, suspension, that's actually what we do. We don't just talk like idiots on the internet. We do that at CustomOffsets.com. Peace.